And boom, we are live, guys. Welcome to the Let's Get Lit podcast. Got a fucking monster on today. I'm not sorry for the F word. If you're offended by that word and you're an entrepreneur, you're probably in the wrong industry anyway. But guys, Face McAllister, I've been following this dude around. He is the only man I know with a cooler haircut than mine. So I'm extremely jealous. But dude, he's the owner of UNRL Marketing. It's a digital marketing agency, correct?
Yeah, digital marketing agency and call center. I know I try to butt in when anybody tries to explain it because it's just let me save you the hassle.
Let you do your thing, man.
Marketing agency, call center specific for insurance agents. We deal in the Medicare, finance, final expense, and mortgage protection space.
That is awesome, dude. So I'm going to be able to talk about funnels and stuff like that with you, aren't I?
Yes, you can, definitely.
That's perfect.
I'm either the best or the worst guy to talk to, if that makes sense about the funnels. But
this is our show. We can do what we want.
Exactly.
I make these 100% for me just to go back and watch later. Like, wow, I learned this by doing that. So, Chase, walk me through how long you've kind of been involved with the insurance industry and maybe your a summed up version of your life story and how you got started with all this.
Yeah. So, started honestly way back, and honestly in sales, and I'll tell you where that kind of started. I started selling myself in the sense of started DJing really young. Was
okay,
DJing
I was about to make sure it wasn't like an OnlyFans page.
No. So started DJing at 16, actually, in clubs. So I was in high school, in the weekends would be going to the clubs, DJing full time, basically as a job, as a high school job, really. Then it turned into a full-time career. The party scene, it has its pluses, but it'll definitely weigh you down after doing it for 5 years. It's just I was out of it. So I ended up getting a job as the executive assistant to the CEO of this big HVAC company, which is completely aside from insurance, but I'll get there.
Yep.
So what had happened was I worked with him as his assistant, basically being his bitch boy. And I now know I can swear on this, but basically he's being his bitch boy, doing all the admin tasks that I possibly could, but also just learning and soaking him in, soaking all the knowledge I possibly could from him. And then eventually they found a void that this HVAC company was not selling replacement parts online. And there was a big, sales opportunity for that. So I ended up building a website, doing their marketing, and taking their website from what was $0 to $800,000 a year. So I ended up quitting my job because I wasn't going to get paid $30,000 a year to watch a website I built make so much money. So I decided, screw this. I'm going to, quit, and I want to be on a commission, cost per acquisition basis where I'm, making a piece of that pie too. So left, thus starting, Unreal, the marketing agency that it is today. We, after a year, started working with multiple different business types, got involved with a couple of insurance companies, which I really ended up resonated with because I lost some friends in the first kind of couple of years of business that really kind of, set me back a little bit. So when I had the opportunity to work with somebody that was, in the final expense market, I resonated with it. And I just looked at, the key people in our company. I said, this is what we're going to do. And this is where I want to go. I want to help families. And it finally got passionate about it. And, at first in the insurance, I was like, it's insurance. And there's that stigma, especially in Canada, unfortunately. And then I started to learn about the products and really became significantly passionate about it. And, we haven't looked back since. So now we generate around 4,000 to 5,000 live transfers a day. We have 17,000 landing pages and websites ranked on the first to fourth page of Google for final expense, Medicare, and now mortgage protection. So it's been a come up. I'm truthfully, I personally don't make a lot of money. The company's doing really well, but that's what it takes to build it where it is today. And we're doing quite well. We have some pretty happy customers.
I'd love to dive into that a little bit more because most entrepreneurs starve their business, meaning they pay themselves a lot and pay their business very little back.
Yeah.
So can you explain why you don't pay yourself a lot?
Yeah. So I read a quote one time that said, "It is unnatural for a business to actually make money." And it resonated with me in the sense of like, if you're really trying to grow a business and you have an end goal in place, then it's not like the monthly revenue that or the monthly profit that you're really worried about. It's about getting to that end goal, right? And what does it take to do that? Well, the business needs to spend money on things to advance, scale, and adapt to the ever-growing, sales and customer acquisition that might be coming through. So for me, it's like it's almost unnatural for really a business to make money. Yeah, you get paid, like my bills are getting paid, and I'm making ends meet. But if you really want to build a company that's going to last forever and have generational wealth with it, or something that's going to stick, and you don't have to be there driving it to make it go where you need it to go, you're going to want to buy back that a lot of that time and significantly. And I think in any new business, I think it's essential to really for the first 5 years just putting foundation in place, right? And as you scale, as you hire people, as you build a team underneath of you, those people need to be compensated. And I think it's almost unnatural for a business to really make money, especially in the first 10 years of the business. Like when I'm taking out a cash flow, it better be like 100 mil, or I'm selling this company for something big, right? Not the $20,000, $30,000 in cash that I might be able to bring in home this month. Screw that. That's still instant gratification. I want delayed gratification, right?
Absolutely. And who is your kind of first like hire? Because I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. Like, was it you're obviously like the CEO, the founder, all that stuff, but like, was your first hire a dialer? Like, who was that?
Actually, my first hire was the HVAC company I was talking about previously. He was actually my boss. He ended up quitting, when I first started the agency, I was just a glorified freelancer, right? So he ended up quitting from the HVAC company, and I ended up saying, "Hey, man, I'm building this business. This is the vision I want to get behind. Where are you willing to get behind it?" Because I knew he was amazing at operations. He managed a plant of like 150 people, so I knew, having that wealth of knowledge would be essential. So for me, it's not about my first hire, because technically it was like a VA, but really what is going to be the factor that moves your business forward quicker is finding key people and not having to have like 100% ownership. Like,
And how
put
hard
those
was it to
5
let
key
go of
pillars,
that
right?
control? How hard
Yeah.
was it to let go of that control and hand it over? Like, you're in charge of ops now.
Yeah. I've really been good at SOPs, and I think that's amazing for like essential for any business and standard operating procedures.
Yep.
My mom, she owns a consulting company for Lean Six Sigma, and what Lean Six Sigma is they take data and re-engineer processes to make them more efficient, thus building SOPs. So when I started my business, my mom was like, so I was lucky to have those mentors, but she made sure that we set up in a way that could be set up like McDonald's and can be predictable and copy and paste.
Well, it's a business, not a mom and pop agency.
When I'm giving out control, I know as long as they follow this step, I'm going to get the ideal result that I want, right? I'm not, it's like, you don't build a business for you to be a slave to your business. Build a business so you don't have like buy back your time, right? So standard operating procedures are essential, as well as like having key people to put into those main pillars of your business. I have an ops guy, we have a customer success manager, we have our full our lead department manager, we have our business admin manager. We don't have actual official titles in our business. We're just get shit done. These are the 5 main guys, but they all have a piece of the pie. And I made sure of that in the beginning, so that way they're all, one, incentivized to make sure that the growth of the company is going to happen, and then 2, they're able to make decisions on their own. And because every business owner could potentially be a bottleneck in their company. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't a bottleneck, and I don't have to make all the crucial decisions, because sometimes their decisions might be better than mine. So it's about finding those core people that can have those pillars of your business. And then the hiring just becomes,
realizing you're not the best at everything.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But
I
I'm
know we
so
just
glad
hired
that you
5 new
brought up
people, and
SOPs.
yeah, sorry.
Well, dude, outside of like Geico or Allstate, I've never heard any insurance agency mention that because that's what's stuck in their head. This is an insurance agency, not a business. Those processes don't apply to me. So the agency that I partnered with, Safe Haven with Ashley Gronberg and Gage Peart, they're like, I absolutely love that stuff. When I brought up the word SOPs to them, they're like, yeah, let's put those in. So it's like exciting for me to see people actually running this like a business.
Yeah, yeah. You have to, like, even with selling the insurance side. I mean, you're never gonna be able to hire a dialer or hire an appointment setter for yourself if you do not document all of the conversations. So, like, anytime you're in a text message conversation with a potential client, or anytime you are on the phone with a potential client, anytime that they ask you a question that you had to provide an answer to should be written down. So every time they ask you a question, that question should be written down, and then before you answer that person, if it's a text message, just to make it really easy, if it's just in text, before you answer that person, write that answer down in your fact page before you answer with it. So then you have a full-blown document by the end of like a month or two of all frequently asked questions, how you answered that question the way you wanted to. And then you have a document that you can go to an appointment center and be like, here's our frequently asked questions. If they ever ask you a question you don't think you can answer, go to our fact, type in the question, and boom, there's your answer. Right? Super simple, but do that so instead of continuously doing the exact same process each and every time and not document it, you're going to go 6 months in the same process doing the same thing, and you don't have a document to like at least automate or at least delegate this to somebody else. So when you're first starting in insurance, first selling insurance, document everything. Document the process in which you took the client through the quoting, like literally everything. That way, when you do get a downline, you have here's a step-by-step way on how to close clients. There's a step-by-step document on it, frequently asked questions, and how I would answer them. So you're not having to sit on a Zoom call every 2 weeks with this person explaining their questions. It's like, here, go and do it, right? And that's like building a business like McDonald's. McDonald's has a document for every single like tray. Like you take a burger out of the tray, you put it in another tray. It's literally a document in a book somewhere explaining a step-by-step way on how to take that burger out of the shelf in the most ideal way. And you need to have that for your business. You're not, if you really want to scale, you're going to need those
Systems and processes, my friends.
Yes.
Systems and processes. I love it because literally my year and a half selling insurance, I documented everything I did, recorded videos, built out training things. And it's cool to see those things just now going live and how much money I make from the sale of those and that material. Yeah. So it's like I built my whole coaching business on all of that information that I've just collected from doing exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. I think also one thing I'd love to mention is one thing I see insurance agents really truly sleep on and don't grasp is a client avatar. A lot of the times, literally, agents will just, and it kind of stems from the lead business, really. But you as an agent on your own to go and do organic marketing, like for example, our company, I did like 7 figures just for my Facebook profile. That can be literally, I have a massive document. You want the document? Ask Mason here for it, and we'll get you the document. But I have a step-by-step document on how we were able to, find a client avatar on Facebook, add that client avatar, reach out to that client avatar, engage with them with our content, and then convert that person. And it's very simple. So, for example, with life insurance, you're going after like, annuities or something like an advanced market product. Well, instead of going after anybody and everybody that needs life insurance, pick a demographic. So like teachers, or like go after, business owners. Then you can actually go on Facebook friend search. You can literally pick that occupation, teachers. Then you will have 200 million teachers that you can, not 200 million, but the number. You'll have thousands and thousands of teachers that you can reach out to instantly in your hands for free. So you add 50 teachers to your Facebook profile every day. Make content on why teachers should do their 401k.
Because the industry norm is to practice product knowledge. And to be honest, I could give a shit less about product knowledge. I focus 95% of my time on the prospect knowledge.
Yeah.
Like I'll show you an example of what I have my coaching clients do, because when you know where your customer is at on the customer journey, it is so much easier to know, oh, he's probably experiencing this pain point. He's in this part of the journey. Like I should
And
be
then
able
think
to
about
share.
it. If you pick teachers, so you pick a specific client avatar, just teachers as an example.
Yeah, like
Well,
can
now
you
you know
do
like
this?
specific pain points for teachers.
Yeah, like I have to go
Get
through
with
the
my guy
whole
Mason.
process that a final expense client would start running into. So it's just like things like that. Like, why do people not do that?
Yeah,
One, they have bad expectations from whoever's selling them this pipe dream. You can make $1 million in 1 month. Tell me how that goes, buddy. Let me know how that roll-up debt treats you. But it's like your target, like who are you speaking to? Because you know this as well as like me in marketing. If you speak to everyone, no one fucking listens.
And a confused mind says no.
Right?
Right?
Like you're screaming for approval. Like, listen to me.
Exactly. And like for example, if you're not going after a client avatar, like you're not resonating with people on a level that they get. You're just an insurance agent trying to sell them another policy on insurance. But like say you make a post, you can create content off that client avatar because now you know their pain points. Well, a teacher, they probably have a bunch of money sitting on a 401k that right now is probably not a good idea. So maybe let's do an annuity or whatever it might be. So now you can make posts about that. Hey, have you looked at your 401k lately? Like, what does that look like? And then just making posts about that, but talking to teachers. So they know that when you're specialized in a teacher's portfolio and that you were talking about automatically.
And riches are in the niches. The more niche down your message is, like if I just sold a power tools or an outbound sales book to all the salespeople in the world, it would like $20 for that book. But if I sold marketing to everybody, for garden to tool sales reps, like $1,000 book.
And if I sold marketing to everybody and not just insurance agents, my marketing would be shit. Because now I know insurance really well. I know the deep levels of how to market insurance really well now, and it's taken that. So then you take that and you look at it in a way of selling insurance. Well, if you start selling teachers, eventually you're going to know so much on such a deep level that you're going to be able to market to them completely on your own. Setting up Facebook ads, setting up TikTok ads are super simple because you know what messaging needs to go across. And you tested it through your own organic profiles. So now you've added 50 people a day in your profile. Now you're just testing statuses. The statuses that get the most engagement or the most reach out, convert that into an ad. Write an ad.
Ads. Yep. Stop trading time for money. Let your money work for you.
Paid ads. And one thing I would say is also like insurance agents get so dependent on one or two different lead sources. And that might be a lead vendor, etc. But like, or even if you're advertising, there's some agents that are just setting up Facebook ads and thinking that's going to cut it. Well, that's not going to cut it because what if you get your ad account gets banned? Where are you going to go?
Well, and then also,
are you reaching out to your database of leads? You need multiple sources to generate conversations each day, or you're just going to be, at the, the whim of this, hamster wheel of commission. You won't ever grow if you don't message your database or email your database of leads. When I say your database, like every single lead you ever purchased, even if they said they were not interested or not, you still have that opt-in. You still have the full permission to send them an email. Send them an email because maybe they might not have wanted insurance today, but they were interested at one point. That means they've accepted the concept. 2, if you keep emailing them 3 times a week for the next 6 months, I guarantee you, when they want insurance, I know who they're going to call.
You've already built.
So why aren't you emailing your database? Because that can generate conversations. Conversations lead to conversions. You need multiple sources to build conversations each day so you can sell. All you need butts in the seat, man.
I email market. I think I get $2 per email on my list right now, even though it's like only 3 months into it. Like I'm happy with those metrics.
Yeah, that's great.
Like
that's
most
fantastic.
people, like $1 per email, you could count on that to be typical. But like I know nurturing leads is more important on the back end than it is on the front because 80% of sales are made on the 12th to 15th point of contact. How fast can I get there?
Yeah. Well, we use a dial sequence for a call center. And what we do is we'll dial lead within 5 minutes of them filling out a form. Okay. And then if they do not pick up, we'll call them a half an hour later. If they don't pick up that phone call, we'll call them 3 hours later, depending if it's what time it is. If it's outside of like office hours, then we'll call them the next day. If they don't answer that, we'll leave a voicemail. If they didn't answer the second one, we'd leave a text. We'll then call them every day, alternating morning and evening for 14 days until they pick up the phone. They might pick up and we'll take them out of that sequence, obviously. But for 14 days, we'll make sure that no stone is left unturned. So what happens is we actually see that over 37% of people actually end up picking up on the 12th to 14th dial attempt. So when you say you're actually dialing your leads, you're really not dialing your
No,
leads.
like when I dialed my lead, right? I had 18 points of contact within 24 hours of having that lead. And that's why I made disproportionate sales over anyone else in a way shorter time frame.
And if agents are struggling with how they should organize that, we've done a really amazing job with our software. For $97 a month, you get that full dial sequence. So all you have to do is press go, and the system will basically put you in that sequence.
Dude, I'll plug it in. Like I'll post a link to your software. Like you'll have to send me that. I'll post it in the description for anyone else using for it. I'll vouch for it. It is a go high level based platform, and I absolutely love the sequence stuff that he uses. So
we've spent a lot of time and money on the back end of our go high level. I'm pretty proud of it.
The power of automation today is unmatched. Like it's unparalleled how effective it is with close ratios, increasing your metrics.
Yeah, I would also argue that, and I hate when people say automation is everything too, because what happens is, and I've seen it over 2,000 agents coming in and out of our software, I've seen the people that use it are actually sticking to the basics. They're still sticking. They're not using it to turn it on and just forget about it. But a lot of times what happens is you put too much automation in there, you get detached from the actual sales process. You forget about your leads. You're not actually feeling it anymore. And for new agents, I would say automation only to reminders, only to make sure that you don't have to think. Don't automate, reach out. Don't automate any of that, but automate your tasks so that way you wake up in the morning, you're just like boom, 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 boom. You know what you got to do. You don't have to think about where to go.
You're not doing $10 an hour activity that a system could do for you. You're doing $100 an hour activity and prioritizing that.
Exactly. And honestly, don't think that any new agent should even buy a dialer until you're at least a year in. And if you're not set up to if you can't close policies on the phone and for a final expense policy, if you can't close a policy over the phone within 45 minutes, you should not be buying a dialer. And that's just a fact. If you can't close that policy for 45 minutes over the phone, you should not be hiring a dialer. You should be dialing leads yourself and building that process. And like I said, every time you get a question that you felt you couldn't answer, or you remembered, write that down, because then when you do want to hire somebody, you're not sitting for 2 weeks trying to think of all those questions and put it all to place. It's already there. You're like, cool, here it is. Get to dialing, right?
No, I absolutely love that, dude. So one thing, I love how you touched on Facebook ads, because I see this is so huge right now. And I actually lost a big chunk of money buying into one of those companies that were like, we'll set it all up for you. And it ended up being a do-it-yourself model. And basically, they tricked me into using a process that just Facebook leads they're tricky, because Facebook is the most intrusive thing I've ever met in my life. It's like a stalker, because all it does is auto-populates existing information. Where a person accidentally clicked on your lead or your ad, it auto-fills all their information like they went through it. That took them 2 seconds to back out of, and now you're wasting money on unearned.
Let me comment all of that. So Facebook lead forms, this is how you get lead forms to convert. And I'm going to give the secret sauce for all your listeners.
Listen up.
Do not use multiple choice questions. And there's a setting that you can make sure that it's actually filled out. So when you ask, your first filter questions in the lead form before they fill out their contact information, you want to ask up to 6 questions if they actually have to type in the answer. If you do that, your conversion rates on Facebook will
because of the intent
now
behind it.
your cost per acquisition, you might spend, $20 a lead, depending on, how many states or whatever, but you're actually going to sit with people that you don't know what the hell you're talking about because they put that intent, right?
Yeah, I had someone from like I won't name drop, but they said all leads are created equally. Like they're telling agents, like, hey, it doesn't matter if this lead's 5 years old or it's brand new. Like they're worth the same.
No, like you need to be calling real-time leads within 5 minutes of them filling out that form, or your intent window drops by 40%.
Exactly. Like, in what world do you think someone who filled out something 5 years ago is as valuable as something who literally just clicked send?
Exactly.
Like, just called in for information. That makes no sense. That lead is worth a penny.
Yeah.
Sorry to burst your dreams, but
yeah. And like honestly, TikTok right now. TikTok is doing an amazing job at converting insurance leads.
Yep.
It's crazy to think, but the fastest growing market on TikTok right now is 30 to 65. Fastest growing market on TikTok, 30 to 65. So what does that mean? That there's like that demographic is there. And the cost per lead is substantially lower. And what I've seen, I think I just did a video. We just probably posted a video about it today. The stats that we've seen, it's about $100 to $125 price per acquisition on Facebook. So that's how much money you had to spend to close a lead. On TikTok right now, we're seeing $65 to $85 for a cost price to acquisition. Meaning, yeah, it's easier to set up a Facebook ad because you can just put an image, whatever you have, and
more targeting options.
You're still going to convert. TikTok, you got to have a video. It's got to actually have some value in it. It's got to produce. So it is a little bit harder to build the creatives for it, but the ad platform is exactly the same as Facebook. So if you know how to set up an ad on Facebook, you can go to TikTok. It's just the creative aspect that's harder, but also brings in a higher quality lead, we're finding. So
that's I quit buying leads because I had so many referrals coming in, and people, like, I would just make educational life insurance videos on TikTok. Some 21-year-old coal miner would say, hey, I've got $500 left over a month. Can we do an IUL? And I'm like, hell yes.
Hell yeah, call me.
If you've got like yellow teeth and holes all in them, like, yeah, don't make videos. Like,
but that's also
someone else to do it.
Yeah, but that's also like, going where you're doing, you're getting booked appointments from your own, reels. Reels are really highly slept on. If you could go after your target market, grab that client avatar, add those people on your profiles every day, then they're getting pushed all your content of why they need to speak with you. Then you look legit, you look like serious. If you just pick that client avatar, pump the content, you're going to get somewhere.
Let's make it extremely valuable for someone. So for someone looking to generate their own, like, final expense leads or just generic insurance leads from TikTok, and they're ready to start making videos and quit buying 50-cent 5-year-old leads that are not generating sales that they had to do $4,000 in a month for to write 1,000 AP. What would be like the 3 main pain points of a target audience that we should be like catering to? One, like, obviously recession could be one right now. Like, hey, if you don't want to lose money in your junk 401k, like, what are some other things that they could say with their call to actions and their hooks? Like, hey, if you're losing money right now in your 401k, listen to this.
So where people get a little bit twisted is they, for the ad is to get them involved, right? Yep. The ad is to get them interested, qualify them, bring them through the process after. So like for final expense, or let's even just go like on a retirement advanced product stuff. You're definitely you're going to want to go after the open market right now, how the market's like trash right now. And there's so many unknowns.
Concept is huge.
Yeah. And there's so many unknowns. So what you do, even on TikTok, you can grab a stock video. TikTok platform is really easy because you actually create the videos, put the subtitles, and you can do a text to speech. So do like, United States has just released, this, program for you to move your 401k. Just do like just release so that they feel like they've never heard about it before, because everybody's heard about life insurance. So if you put life insurance, like, yeah, it's all new, something to catch them, right? Then put, this can,
tax-free gains.
XYZ.
Like
This is what
tax-free
it's going to
benefits.
do.
Yep.
Then have the video of like somebody happy and be like, I was just able to do this. So it looks like it's actually like a referral video in a sense, and people will opt in. What I'll do is I'll comment a little creative that we have on this post once it's posted, so people can see. I'll put it in the comments below. But like, just give you guys an example of what an ad can look like. Don't try to copy it and run it, because they'll have like 30 people running the same ad. You're not going to get a good result.
They're gonna mess with my boys' money then.
No, you're not going to mess with ours, but I'll put it in the bottom there so anybody can see.
But that's all. Like, people don't even realize that. Like, they're spending money on crappy leads, or they're just blowing money on gold chains or something. But like TikTok leads, I was writing 30 grand a month.
That's crazy.
Like, I had to do nothing but make a 60-second video with cute little text boxes, and someone took the time to comment. Like, those comments and those likes are leads, guys. They express.
Think about it. You go back to teachers. You get on the camera. Are you a teacher with a bunch of money in your 401k? Because I just got Jane XYZ done for as little blah, 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 without having to do this. If you want to know more about how I can do this, just click the link below. Done. There's your ad framework. I guarantee you it'll
and it will work for you 365, 24/7.
Yeah, you might have to change the video. You might have to do it in a different area a couple times.
You can remake it 4 different times, because
this is what
will watch it every time.
And now also, you brought up, getting these coaching programs where they just set it up for you. You need to, like, if you ran a Facebook ad, that Facebook ad is going to fatigue in like 3 to 4 weeks. So you might be getting like great, $4 CPL, and your cost per lead's $4 for the first week. And then all of a sudden it's hitting 30, 40, 50 for the same shitty lead. And you're wondering what the hell happened. These guys ripped me off. No. You need to refresh those creatives. There needs to be new content you have to have an omni-channel presence on Facebook. And if you're not keeping up with that and you're just expecting that one little ad and that one creative to run your business for 365, it's not going.
Well, also, every other person that they're teaching in their program is using the exact same thing. So the more people they sell, like, they're going to drive up your cost of impressions. They're like making it more expensive for you. You have to be creative. So don't just
have a program.
Go learn the shit. Go learn marketing and advertising. It is an invaluable business tool.
And we do have a program. We're actually not selling it right now, so nobody can jump on it. So please don't DM us. But we do have a program, and that's exactly it. We give you an ads manager. So I hire you a media buyer who's there to literally build you ads constantly. So that way nothing ever fatigues. And then, we find you the dialer. We train the dialer. We get them into the system, and we get you all those automations that you need. But yeah, we're not taking anybody on. Hopefully Mason will be a part of that program sometime.
Dude, like I told you before, like, what I'm looking to do with you for like a partnership, I'll obviously do that sales call stuff you wanted me to and help out your community. Like, anyone who is now coming into Running Buddies, I'm just going to supply them with a fresh batch of leads for you. And you're like, here, go make some sales so you can pay this off quicker. And you know how easy this industry truly is if you like make it easier on yourself.
Some big things. We got some big things I'm thinking of too.
Well, like,
I'm
how
pretty
cool
excited.
is that? You buy into a coaching program just for life insurance agents. And the moment you come in, you're like given a live transfer with a qualified candidate ready to buy life insurance.
On the phone. Somebody on the phone.
Like it was like, that would be me making an analogy to where if you saw a thing where like 6-packs abs online, and the moment you click the buy button, a 6-pack of abs just popped on you. That's the kind of experience I'm going to deliver for my people. And they all loved it because I let them know I was going to be on the podcast with you today. They're like, please do it. Please do it. Like, you fucking got it.
Let's go.
That's why I also love high ticket coaching, because I can afford to spoil them in ways that they would not normally spend money on themselves. And instead of cutting the competition lower, like, let's not starve my business. Let me make a price that stings. Let me charge them something that stings. That way they're committed. They're going to get a result out of it. and it's not comparable to any other coaching in the market. I see
Yeah.
$4,000 coaching programs everywhere. So let's quadruple it.
Yeah.
I've had 2 sales call that I didn't close out of 60. I'll take those odds.
Yeah.
So then I started offering financing, and it's like, wow, I just hit my first 100K month, 3 months into a new coaching business. And like the people who were just bitching at me in the agency I was in 4 or 5 months ago, like, I am now making more money than you. Like, why'd you quit selling insurance? Well, I'm getting what I'm worth, and I can help other people sell insurance.
For sure.
I think I'm making a bigger difference in the world like that. I'm giving more than I could personally. That's how I see it.
We're definitely going to boost some stuff in your program. I have some great ideas. We won't let the audience know, but
whatever. I'm trying to make it like when people go watch that, like all those Vampire Diary fans. I don't know if you've ever watched that show, but like the people who love that show and all that Vampire Diary stuff, like I want them to have that same experience in my coaching program. Because that's how like word of mouth spreads, and that is quadratic in nature. And I won't have to, like, most people don't take that into consideration with marketing, because over time the cost of impressions is going to go up after you have to reach out to colder and colder audiences. And the only thing that can counteract that over a long enough time horizon is word of mouth.
Yeah. You need raving fans, because eventually, like, you can run on new sales for a very long time.
I don't want to satisfy, like most people want customers to make sales. I want sales to make customers. It's a completely different frame of mind.
Yep.
I want to sell to them over and over again. Like, how can I take what Daddy Warren Buffett says and apply that into my own business? Like, he's not worried about the quick buck.
Yeah. My earpods are dying, so I gotta swap one and charge the other.
Charge the other. I love this. But dude, this has been extremely valuable, man. What would you give as advice to, like, what have you seen at the insurance agency that you see like the biggest problem or the biggest piece of adversity that the 92% have to face or whatever? Like, what do you see as the biggest piece of like adversity that insurance agents have to face?
Insurance agents come in because they're told, like, here's a bunch of people that want life insurance. So they come in thinking they just need to be like a cashier, instead of thinking, oh shit, I'm going to need to be a salesperson. Like, you can't expect a lead to walk into, your sales process and expect him to know, like, he's ordering a Big Mac from McDonald's. Like, he knows exactly what he wants. This person does not know what he wants. And if you're educated enough on products, you should be taking a holistic approach and sell them, give them value. Don't just take orders. Stop being the cashier in your business. Be a salesperson and get educated on how to sell, and take sales, training. Take all the money you're putting back in your business, making in the first couple of years, into training, into mentorship, into coaching programs, and then secondly, imperfect action. Don't overcomplicate it. Just take action. Just focus on conversations. How many dials can I have? How many appointments can I set? And how many conversations can I have? And gamify that. Don't get in, you don't need the latest funnel. You don't need the fancy website. You don't need some self-quoting tool for your prospects to just do it themselves so you can be lazy. You don't need any of that. You just need to stick to the basics. Dial, appointments, how many conversations did it take to make a close? Now I know how many people I need to dial, reverse engineer that, and then I can put any goal in place. And I can actually tell myself, oh, I only need to have 10 conversations today for me to get my $100,000 per month, right? Yeah. Simplify it, gamify the numbers, don't overcomplicate it, and that's it.
What you just said right there is so important that I see so many insurance agents fuck up. Yeah. Like, here, I'm just going to send you a calendar link. You book it. Here, I'm going to send you a quoting tool. That way I don't have to do any work. The more effort and sacrifice that you give to your ideal client, the less perceived value that they will see. Meaning, effort, anything that they were not doing prior that they now must do in order of working with you, that decreases value. Sacrifice is anything that they had that they now must give up because of working with you, that decreases value. that you decrease their perceived likelihood of achieving their dream outcome. Stop making
Yeah.
your clients work for you. You work for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so we did a stat the other day. I'm actually just gonna pull up the numbers here. So
Okay.
we did a stat. We had a bunch of prospects do secret shopping for us. So people that actually wanted life insurance, they went to some of our clients who were buying our leads, and we had them do a full kind of audit. They filled out a survey asking. We asked them a couple questions. The questions that we asked were, how long after they did they reach out after they opted in? How much did they follow up? So how many times did they call them to get them on the phone? Did they set a clear and enticing appointment? So did they entice them to actually sit on the appointment? Was the appointment clear? And did they have a clear call to action? So like step by step, what's going to happen through this call? And then did they simplify the buying process? So did they make it easy for the person just to buy it right then and there? And then how many touch points did they make after the policy was sold? And then what added value did the person provide? And did they build a lasting relationship? Now, the stats are actually going to screw with you. So 85% contacted us after 1 hour of the request. 26.5% followed up more than 3 times. 42% set clear expectations and left the shopper enticed. 58% confused buyers with too many options. 73% made the process simple. 69% gave clear call to actions, which to me was weird. And I think that's due to maybe the carrier's products and the systems that they provide to them. 87% gave less than 3 touch points after the sale. So after they had the sale, they contacted them less than 3 times. No wonder you have a bunch of chargebacks. 21% went through the exact sequence twice. 21% actually went through the exact process more than twice. Those 21% are the people that are actually closing and doing something with the business. And those stats will tell you exactly why 92% fail at the business.
Well, yeah, for one, those touch points, people will make buying decisions like the customer experience within 48 hours after the sale.
Yeah.
I sent personalized videos saying, hey, thanks for your business. Here's where your money went. Like I got to feed my dog. Like I made it super personal to me, and people would send me like, your dogs are so cute or whatever. But like I made it interactive. And the whole like made it enticing. Like this is where I teach in sales the power of reciprocity. When you go to buy a car, they're not offering you water because you're thirsty. They're giving you something. That way you don't want to be seen as a non-reciprocal human, and you give something back in return, aka you buy the car. It's the power of reciprocity.
And like following up with people like, hey, you just bought a policy. Like especially with insurance, it's not a tangible. They're not getting something in the. They might get a letter in the mail, but they're not getting their. You know, you gotta touch up with them and explain, hey, you know, you're now covered. Like, get them excited about that. Reach out to them multiple times. You know, our software does an automatic birthday reminder. Any CRM will do that. Reach out to everybody on their birthday. Say happy birthday. Show that you give a fuck. One, you're gonna actually get referrals from that business. You're gonna get raving fans, and you're still gonna you're gonna produce more conversations that way, and less chargebacks.
Yeah, one thing I like to do was instead of getting the policies mailed to the clients, I would get them mailed to me first, because guess what the first page is on almost every insurance policy? Call here to cancel. So that is the first thing they see when they open it up. So first, I wouldn't rip it up and throw it away. I would just move it to the back. That way it was the last thing that they saw. But I would include a handwritten card and a gift card to some, like I would download those free Valvoline oil discount cards. That way it cost me nothing but printer ink. And I'd insert that there. And I had barely any chargebacks after I started doing that. They're like, this person took the time out of his day to give me like a discount on my oil change, which I should have replaced 5,000 miles ago anyway. But they wrote me a handwritten card, but I would just pay someone else to do that stuff for me. But it's like, it's sales on the back end. That's how you nurture your relationships. That's how you get word of mouth response and referrals. It's the client experience. How can you make it so good for them that they want to share it with everyone?
I love the conversation.
No, this has probably been one of my favorite podcasts I've ever done. Seriously, so we just have similar minds. So I love the content. But dude,
we'll definitely have to do like
yeah, go ahead.
Maybe a monthly cast where we jump on, give some value to the audience.
I'd love to have some sort of joint venture, partnership, whatever.
Yeah.
We can both help each other out and make each other a shit ton of money while impacting the whole world, giving back more than we take. So
let's do it,
dude. I'll be super respectful of your time. I am so grateful that you made some time for me last minute to jump on. Is there anything you'd like to leave the community with?
Yeah, I mean, if you got any value from this, just have a follow. It's ChaseMcAllister.UNRL on both Facebook and Instagram. Do me a favor, maybe put my links.
Yeah, I'll post all that stuff in the comments. If you guys like this, like, go comment your favorite thing that you got from him, because honestly, some of the marketing stuff he drives home is so important.
Yeah, and I'm not really looking to sell you leads. Like, I'm not really looking to do all of that.
You don't have to really
now in the point of our business, I'm trying to just provide as much value on our content as we possibly can. And if that does something for the business, and that does something for business longevity wise, but definitely hit the follow button.
The more you grow, friends.
Yeah.
The more you take, the more you shrink.
Take as much value as you want, and yeah. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Chase McAllister, ladies and gentlemen, go give him a follow. ChaseMcAllister.UNRL, not the full Unreal. So I'll post all the links in the comments. I know. Go tell them you got a round of applause for my husky over here. They love singing songs, dude. That's how they wake me up. But guys, go give them a follow. I got all the monsters in here. But drop a like, drop a comment. Go give Chase a follow, and thank you guys so much for listening to Let's Get Lit, and I'll see you guys on the next one.